welcome to my channel, Andra Makes. I have a pattern review for you today. I'm going to be reviewing New Look 6683. Here's the envelope, and view A has a mock turtleneck and patch pockets on the front, and view B has a cowl neck with side seam pockets, and I made view B. And I'm going to be going over the pattern envelope with you, showing you the pattern pieces, showing you the garment up close. I'm actually wearing it, but I'm also going to turn the camera around and show you the full view, and then I will insert pictures of me wearing it. And this pattern was given to me by my good friend Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, so thank you so much, Jen. I will put a link to her channel in the description box. Go subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm going to go over the specs of the pattern. This pattern comes in sizes from 4 to 16, and that covers a bust of 29.5 inches to 38 inches, a waist of 22 inches to 30 inches, and a hip of 31.5 inches to 40 inches. And the fabric you'll need, depending on the view you make and the width of your fabric and the size, of course, ranges anywhere from 1 7/8 yard to 3 1/4 yard. And they also have the finished garment measurements on the envelope, which is impressive, not only for the bust but also for the hip. And that goes from 34.5 inches to 43 inches for the bust. And for the hip, it goes from 34.5 inches to 43 inches. The suggested fabrics are bamboo, fleece, I2Y, modal, rib knit, and a sweater knit. And the notions you'll need are thread and one package of clear swimsuit elastic. Although I did not use the swimsuit elastic, I think it is to reinforce the shoulder seams, but I didn't use that. And I made a straight size 14, which is what I always make in Big 4, unless it's a close fitting garment, and then I will size up a size. But I didn't need to in this. I made the straight size 14. And now I'm going to show you the pattern pieces. Here is the back pattern piece, and you cut one of these on the fold. Here's the sleeve pattern piece, and you'll cut 2 of these, mirror image. I added 3 inches to my sleeve. That's what that is right there, but I didn't need to. I ended up cutting that out, and I'll show you that when I show you the garment. The sleeve band pattern piece, and you'll cut 2 of those. Here's the front pattern piece, and you'll cut 1 of these on the fold. Here's the pocket for view B, and you'll cut 4 of these. And here's the neckband for view B, and you will cut 1 of those. I highly recommend this pattern. It is great for beginners. Goes together relatively quickly and easily. And the fabric I made mine from is this chenille sweater knit. I already had it in my stash. I got it from JoAnn, and it's in this very pretty, would you call this seafoam maybe, color. And here is the cowl neck. And like I said, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the entire view of the outfit. But I will say, this fabric is amazing. It feels amazing. It looks amazing. Super soft and cozy to wear. It is challenging to work with in that as soon as you cut out your pattern piece, I highly recommend immediately going to your serger or your sewing machine, however you secure your edges of your fabric, either serging them or zigzagging them, and doing that immediately, because this fabric doesn't fray. It unravels because of the sweater knit and how it's made. But you know, if you've ever crocheted or if you knit, when you remove everything and you pull it out, it starts unraveling, and that's what this does. So secure those edges as soon as you cut them out before you start sewing or even marking your fabric. Highly recommend that. And I've actually used this fabric before, not this color. I used like a mauve color for my Sew the Look that I did with Michelle from Michelle Sews Again. We did a textured sleeve blouse, and here's a picture of that. And I really do love this fabric and recommend it. Just know that it will unravel if you don't secure it quickly. And I will put a link to that Sew the Look video in the description box, and also a link to Michelle's channel in the description box. So go subscribe if you haven't already. Now, as you can see, it has this super duper cozy cowl neckline. A cowl is one of my favorite neckline. And then here is the cuff on the sleeve, and you'll remember that when I showed you the sleeve pattern piece, I said that I added 3 inches. I'm 5'11", I have very long arms and legs, so I usually have to add length to sleeves and when I make pants. But when I made the whole thing and then when I tried it on, the sleeves were way too long. I didn't need to add any length at all. So I just, on my actual garment, I just cut out that same section in the same place where I added it on the pattern piece. I just cut it out of my sleeve and then reattached the remaining sleeve pieces, and that worked out perfectly. And here is that seam line. Can you see it right there? But I think that looks just fine. It looks like, you know, the sleeve was made that way. So I'm really happy with that. And you'll see when I show you the entire view that the length is perfect without adding any length. Although, keep that in mind because like I said, I have very long arms and the length as designed fits perfectly. So keep that in mind. You may need to shorten or lengthen yours. And also keep the length of the tunic in mind finished when I show it to you, because you may need to lengthen or shorten yours depending on your height. But I did use the 1 1/4 inch hem allowance that the pattern calls for. So when you see the length on me, then you might have a better idea of if you need to adjust yours or not. So now I'm going to turn the camera around and give you a full view of the tunic. But in the meantime, here are some pictures of me wearing it. Turned around, and I'm going to get up on the step behind me in just a second. You can see the entire thing better. I forgot to say earlier, if you have any questions about the pattern, let me know and I will answer them as best I can. But here it is, and I'm going to try to show you the seam a little better now. I don't know if you can see it there, where I cut that 3 inch area out of the sleeve and reattached it, but you can't really tell, and even if you do see it, it looks like it's just part of the design. And then there's the sleeve and the cowl neckline that I love. And now I'll get up on the step so you can see the entire thing. Here it is. You can see the length now. And like I said, I'm 5'11", so keep that in mind if you make it. And then the sleeve length also. And then here are the pockets. And I forgot to say earlier, I used a quilting cotton in this dark gray color. I already had this in my stash. I didn't want to use the chenille for the pocket lining. I thought that might make it too bulky and thick, but here's the back. So I really love this a lot. Things like this are right up my alley. Let me know if you make it and let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye!